Namibia in the most dramatic of circumstances. And for Nepal, it will be a third T20 World Cup. And I think they will be one of the stories of that World Cup next year. Again, if they're placed into a group with India, you can only imagine the biblical, almost unheralded scenes of the number of people of Nepali origin that will cross over the border, get into India, and I think sell out every single stadium. That would be my prediction for their 4 group games, but we'll have to wait and see which group they'll be placed into. They'll be there, so too will Oman be. Congratulations to Stuart Law, huge congratulations to Duleep Mendes in particular, for him to do it with basically an entirely different set of players about 18 months on. Incredible achievement.
Yeah, the team of Oman, they had to undergo a fast change in the team. Top players who played the World Cup 2 years ago, 2024, last year, some of the players are not there.
Yeah, I'm going to double check, but as far as I can remember, I think it's an entirely new squad, or the very best part of a completely new squad. So a huge achievement. Duleep Mendes has been around cricket in Oman for well over a decade now. He's been integral to all of its success, and many congratulations to not just him but also Mr. Pankaj Kimji, the chair of the board, who has really done an incredible job. The vision for this ground and the development of cricket here in Oman, quite sensational, and it really is remarkable. Yeah, let's get a look. I don't think a single one of that squad. Jatinder Singh, just the one. And Shakil Ahmed, 2 of them. Okay, and Sufyan Mahmood was there, so 3. 3 of the squad of 15. That's all there is that remains from 2 years on. So it'll be one of the new players, Shah Faisal, who's had a good start to his international career to get things going. As Kushal Bertel and Asif Sheikh open up the batting. Looks like a better surface this evening. Plenty of runs in it for UAE. The first 200 plus score of the entire tournament was scored this afternoon.
Yeah, it looks like a belter of track. You can see the sheen on the wicket. Not much of a grass covering. 225 that UAE posted in the afternoon.
Incredible to think. So look at that, a turnover of 12 different players in this Oman squad. Just Jatinder Singh, Shakil Ahmed and Sufyan Mahmood remain from 18 months prior. The new guns, despite a lack of international experience, we heard Jatinder Singh talk about that at the toss, have got it done. And in all reality, that's got to go down as one of the great achievements in associate history, and certainly in recent associate cricket.
Yeah, only 3 players still there in the squad of 15. Jatinder Singh named the captain earlier.
They took over the reins from Akib Ilyas. At one point, probably about 2 years ago, was probably seen as the most informed cricketer in the associate game. So the first runs of the night will belong to Kushal Bertel. Just the single. And for Nepal, a return to the T20 World Cup. They didn't have to wait as long as they did for their second appearance. 10 years, a decade of hurts, and this time just 2 years back-to-back appearances. And probably, despite some of the chaos and the drama and the cardiac kids, or the cardiac kings as I've seen them referred to a little bit of late, they deserve their place.
Absolutely they do. They've played very good cricket in this tournament, and they've played well against West Indies, beating West Indies 2-1 in the bilateral series last month.
Well, it's probably the most un-Nepali way possible that they could have qualified or confirmed their qualification today. They weren't even on the park, that's why there was no drama. There's a big wide one is attempted to be driven through the covers, no contact made, wide given. And yeah, you couldn't ride it, could you, with Nepal? You would think that, given what we've seen before this afternoon's game, all 5 prior Super 6 matches had gone to the final over with the variety of between 9 runs and 12 runs required. Nepal somehow came out on the right side in 2 of them.
Talking about the game against Qatar, they are on the back foot in the first 10 overs.
Nicely worked into the leg side. That shows how good this pitch is It's just pinged off the bat, hasn't it? Just going to correct myself. Jatinder Singh and Sufyan Mahmood were standby players for that T20 World Cup last year. So if you want to kind of be really clinical about it, it's just Shakil Ahmed who's been retained. So that's basically, let's call it in essence, an entirely new squad to qualify for back-to-back World Cups. Well, my hat is doffed to you, Mr. Dilip Mendes, sir. An outstanding job. And yeah, Oman absolutely deserve their place at the top of the table. Lot to play for tonight though, isn't there, despite the fact that both sides have qualified. You'll want the silverware, you'll want to win this tournament, you'll want your T20I rankings points, but also critically, perhaps most critically, if you finish above both of the other two associate qualifiers from this group, you're more likely to get a better seeding in that T20 World Cup next year.
Yes, that is why this game particularly is very important for both the sides. They'll want to win it, secure the first position in the table, like you said, win the silverware.
It is a little sad that we won't have the chaos or the drama or the remarkable scenes of a final over finish to decide one of the qualification spots, as these two are already through. Good diving stop gets us to the end of the fourth over. That's Sufyan Mahmood. It's first over.
Shanik Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
Skyworth Home Appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ।
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यही सेवाबाटै।
इङ्ग्लिस प्रिमियर लिगको प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर म्याक्स एचडी र कान्तिपुर म्याक्सको एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनुहोला।
Last game and qualify. But one thing is for certain, if they beat Japan tomorrow afternoon, which will be our next game here in Muscat, they will take the third and final spots and will just be playing for pride for the final three matches. And Shakil Ahmed opens the bowling. He has had the most prolific 2 years you could ever imagine.
Yes, very accurate bowler, Shakil Ahmed. Left-arm orthodox. He doesn't bowl any bad deliveries. He's always on the spot.
Maybe just a hint of an inside edge. Yeah, and he relishes this role, Paresh, at bowling in the power play.
He's been doing this for a long time, taking the second over, bowling inside the power play. He actually bowls 2 overs or maybe 3.
He often can bowl all 3 on the bounce, can't he? Nicely played. Finds the gap, but there was probably half a stop from the backward point fielder. It'll keep it to just a couple. You look at his numbers since he started, particularly in ODI cricket, where, well, they're frankly ludicrous, aren't they? I know he's only played 15 ODIs. He's averaging 11. He's taken 39 wickets in 15 games. In T20I is very good too. Economy rate hovering around a run a ball, and he's got 33 wickets to his name in 41 bowling appearances. As that's pumped over mid-on. Gets enough of it. Mohammed Nadeem was interested at first, might still be. No, it'll get to the rope. And the first boundary is greeted by raucous cheers from what feels to be a predominantly Nepali crowd, even though we're on Omani soil.
Yes, they have come out in numbers here, Nepali supporters. Big support for Nepal cricket, not only in Oman, not only back home, around the world.
And there will be celebrations all the way around Nepal. Just got to give a quick shout out to a couple I met with their beautiful young baby girl who flew over this morning from Kathmandu. Also met a couple of fans who've flown from Qatar. One couple that is driven from Abu Dhabi today. So amazing how it is bringing supporters from all across the Gulf and further afield to here in the Sultanate of Oman. 2 overs have been bowled. It's 5 for none.
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine. यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम, पानी, धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा। घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष।
पुस्तो पुस्तालाई मायाले जोड्ने, जिन्दगीलाई अर्डिनरीबाट एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनरी बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
Inside the 3 spots between the 2 regions. Misses the pull shot. Does seem to change a bit here when the floodlights kick in. The conditions always are a bit different to what we've seen earlier in the day.
The ball tends to skid under floodlights here in the Oman Cricket Academy. Just decent start for Nepal, 10 for no loss in the 3rd over. A good job by the Omani bowlers, just restricting Nepal, not getting them to get to a good start. Pulled away behind square on the leg side. That's the first maximum from Asif Sheikh.
And listen to that noise outside. Beautiful pick-up pull shots. On-pace delivery from Shah Faisal. Just rolls his wrists on that really nicely. Almost making too much noise for us to even contain ourselves here in the commentary box. Beautiful stroke, really nicely affected.
Just it was pitched outside the leg stump, helped it away down to deep square leg. Rasid Riaz, the umpire, just checking the ball.
Yeah, that T20 World Cup qualifier 2 years ago for the Asia region that I was just talking about, Paresh. For those who remember it, they'll probably never forget the scenes there in Kirtipur. In theory, it was a celebration game, wasn't it? Both sides had qualified, and it was a lovely euphoric day. But they put on an absolute exhibition. 184 played 184. As the match was tied, it went to a super over. And then ultimately it was Naseem Kushi who had the final say, because his 3 massive sixes off Abhinesh Bahara, who was trusted to bowl the super over, had it been the option of Sandeep Lamachani, who defended just 8 runs required to win in the final over. There was 7 in total. He actually picked up 3 wickets and the run out between Rohit Paudel and Karan KC too. And then despite Kushal Malla hitting a couple of boundaries, Nepal were never going to chase the 22 that they required in the super over. So Oman got their hands on the trophy, but it was an amazing occasion. 2 sides kind of came together in celebration. A completely packed out crowd. I think you were there with me, Paresh, weren't you? What a game that was.
Yes, I was there, and the super going to the super over, and Oman beating Nepal in the super over in the final.
Big call, wasn't it, to go with Bahara instead of it felt like kind of Lamachani had the momentum. Maybe he should have been given the ball. But it was an all-time classic, that one. 184 for 6 Nepal made. Oman 184 for 9. Kashyap Prajapati's 63 was adjudicated player of the match, and it was Aqib Ilyas who was the player of the series, who had more than 100 runs and 10 wickets to his name. Gulshan Jah that day took a real liking to Fayaz Butt, if I remember correctly. 9 boundaries, 54 he made off just 25. He'll have a role to play tonight as always. As Bertel gets his pull shot out, and now this may well have gone just shy of going all the way. No complaints from the Nepal substitutes in the dugout. They'd probably had a good view, but maybe just a fraction in front of the rope, and it runs for 4.
Yeah, this shot suggests that the pitch is playing really good for the batters. Inches inside the rope.
We had a big moment of controversy, didn't we, in the Qatar game, where it appeared as though the ball had landed on the rope and the full fielder indicated 4, and then the umpire really didn't have any choice but to believe him. But no complaints at all. You'd imagine if the Nepal bench had thought that had gone over the rope, they would have certainly elevated their arms, but given as a boundary 4 instead. Just a few signs that there are certainly runs in this surface, more than we saw in the games a couple of days ago. That one square driven, good. Stopped getting down on his knees by side Amir Khalim, the great veteran, him and Mohammed Nadeem, the two continuing to fly the flag.
Shanik Energy 8. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
100% pure sunflower butter बनेको Dhara Health Refined Sunflower Oil.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
We saw Ian Bishop's message last night. Wishing Nepal well in this crucial game. Ravichandran Ashwin has just tweeted a photo of Rohit Paudel. It says, "Keep chasing your dream." Well done, Rohit Paudel. Well done, Nepal. To his 12 million followers. Edged. Would have been out had a first slip been in place. Instead, Sheikh gets lucky and will get a boundary for.
Trying to play inside out, Asif Sheikh getting that edge. We could see a hint of return there by Shakil Ahmed. Very good bowler for Oman.
Fans already reaching fever pitch. We're only in the fourth over here. Frenzied chants of Nepal, Nepal outside our window. This could be a really enjoyable evening. There is no doubt that I think it was interesting out there at the toss. So many might say to me, "Well, Lenny, why didn't you ask both of the captains about qualifying?" I think on this occasion probably wasn't the right thing to do. We'll talk to them about that after the game. From what I gather, I don't think Nepal's players actually know yet. I know the Oman players do. As Bertel goes downtown, strikes it really well, strikes it into the side screen. Beautiful stroke, soared into the night sky and soars for the maximum.
Exceptional shot by Kushal Bertel. The ball was darted in by Shakil Ahmed. Just didn't try to hit it hard, just timed it.
Yeah, he gets a really good piece of that, doesn't he? Thing of beauty the way that one flew away. Never a fielder down there, always a good place to hit. As for the first time really in this tournament, Shakil Ahmed is having a bit of pressure applied to him. Where's he going to go? He's cut away for four more. That's a poor delivery, a rare poor one. I think he was looking for the arm ball, just ended up being a long hop. And Bertel is looking to make hay whilst the sun shines, or the floodlights shine down here in the power play.
That was a half tracker outside the off stump, gave a bit of room Kushal Bertel and cut that down to backward point. This is a good start for Nepal. Oman, they have to pull the game back by taking wickets.
Really good batting. Enjoying watching Bertel's resurgence and exactly what we were hoping we would see from him. 4 overs have been bowled. It's 37 for none.
Career with 4 half centuries in 5 games.
Yeah, I remember that vividly. One of those was thanks to a Vivian Kingma no ball in Kathmandu. Kingma just returned to the team. Here comes Sufyan Mahmood, who'll probably be the proudest man from Oman in the entire country. Bit of a star himself on social media. 2 million followers on Instagram, this man. Much loved across the Sultanate. He comes in with his little medium pacers, will bowl a lot of leg cutters, take the pace off. Not an easy art to do, but with the keeper up to the stumps, he has a game plan, and he'll kind of look for either of the two batters to make a mistake and falter.
This is kind of a bowler that can be effective in this wicket. The wicket is flat, no much of a grass in it, and playing very well. We could see that in the afternoon game, UAE posting the highest total of the event, 225.
Driven straight to the cover point fielder, who does well. I think this is a good move from Jatinder Singh, getting the pace off the ball, and you could see that Bertel and Sheikh were enjoying the pace on from Faisal Shah, and then even though he's a spinner, there is always pace on, isn't there, from Shakil Ahmed, because he darts it in so rapidly. Sufi Mahmood will do the opposite, much longer run up than Shakil Ahmed, but everything will come down much slower, apart from the occasional fully on pace delivery. Good piece of fielding by the great man Mohammed Nadeem. What must he be feeling, thinking about going back to a T20 World Cup, that this was never on his radar? He'd retired, he was coaching, until he was, in essence, told, we need you back.
The 43-year-old young Mohammed Nadeem looks so fit.
I wonder, could it be a last world event for him? Or will he maybe be thinking of one last 50 over? He's a very good 50 over player, of course, as well. You think about his batting and his bowling. Helped away into the leg side. Strikes it pretty well, but won't get to the rope. But as we've so often seen throughout this tournament, Nepal's running between their wickets, and their fielding has been nothing short of sensational. In the talk of the tournament, Dipender Singh Airi with 4 consecutive direct hit run-outs in 4 games. And again, we'll be in for a treat in the second innings, seeing as to exactly how Oman try to counteract that.
The last ball, Hamad Mirza doing a good job in the outfield, sliding to his left, stopping the ball. Saved 2 runs for his team.
Carted away. Well, there's almost a bit of swagger in that stroke, and the follow-up from Asif Sheikh. Stood there, picked the leg cutter and just smashed it for 4.
He just waited for the ball to come to him. You can see that. Just waits for the ball. That was a leg cutter. And plays it over the infield at extra cover for a boundary. Even though he plays over the infield, he looks so elegant.
Can't beat the man this time, so Sophia Mahmood gets out of that over with only 7 on it. From it, it's 44 for none.
अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Skyworth Home Appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
IME Live बालकिरण जीवन बीमा.
इङ्ग्लिस प्रिमियर लिगको प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर म्याक्स एचडी र कान्तिपुर म्याक्सको एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनुहोला.
Be supplemented by 3 more turf pitches. Is a very late change. Mohammed Nadeem had the ball and was ready to bowl. Now remember, we've got our timer in operation here. 57 seconds on the clock. Wonder, will this be the first warning? You're entitled to 2 warnings. The third one will account for a 5-run penalty. Keep your eyes on the umpire here. I think it is going to be the first warning, Paresh. I'll try and get that updated for you. Going to be left arm spin in the shape of Nadeem Khan, who was the hero with the bat the other day for Oman. What an innings that was.
Yes, it was. That is why he was declared the player of the match against UAE. Cut away into the gap. Very good placement by Kushar Burtel. Yet another boundary for him.
Loves a cut shot, doesn't he? It's one of his favourite strokes, and been really impressed by this young Nadeem Khan. I think they've uncovered a very talented young bowler. Not a lot wrong with the delivery. Really hasn't missed by much, but it's just manipulation of the ball into an area that he enjoys and he likes. and finds a way to squeeze that between a packed area and the offside for 4. Now he comes down the track, doesn't get to the pitch. Good bowling again, intently watching Kushal Bertel.
Just bowling back of the length, seeing that Bhurtel coming down the track, he just shortened his length. Bhurtel trying to heave that over mid-wicket, but getting the inner half of the bat straight to the fielder.
Again cut, but can't pierce the infield. Always an important over the 6th, and big show of faith from Jatinder Singh and Nadeem Khan to bowl it.
This has been a good start by Nepal, 48 for no loss.
Hit down the ground, not quite out of the middle, but good enough to get 4. Don't know if he was looking to hit it in that direction. Might have been a little bit fortunate, but the 50 comes up in some style. Getting good reward for positive intent here as Kushal Bertel's excellent tournament continues.
And that was flat batted straight over the bowler's head. A good diving effort by the fielder there, but couldn't stop it.
Already the best power play of the tournament for Nepal, who are finally finding some real joy here in the first 6 overs, which hasn't been frequent. Even in the games they've been winning, they haven't been off to flying starts. Goes past the 45 for 1 that they made against Japan. And they'll finish with 53 unbroken, and the power play definitely belongs to the side that won the toss and chose to bat first. That's Nepal. It's 53 for none.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै
प्राइम बिलेटबाट बनेको हरेक निर्माणको मेरुदण्ड पञ्चकन्या स्टिल
MIT, an internationally recognized degree, Bagbazar, Kathmandu.
Panchakanya bathware, luxury made affordable.
Flat batted straight down the ground for yet another boundary. Power play belongs to Nepal.
Mahmood will continue as they'll pick up a single. Well, we were calling him the Butwell boss for a while, weren't we? Kushal Bertel, born down in Rupendahe. A lot of cricketers from down in that sort of Terai region, aren't they, in Nepal? Is the Butwell boss back with a bang?
He is definitely back because he's already scored a 50 in this event. Couple of good innings as well. He all started for him when he played the last game against West Indies. He scored 39, quick fire 39.
He looked really good that evening, didn't he? He was so unlucky to be given outs.
The understanding between these two is so good. They had to come in together and just talk about the running between the wickets.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of pride across Nepal this evening. Paresh, this is a kind of a celebratory game as opposed to a nervy one. Both sides qualified. Asif Sheikh, I know his brother Arif hasn't played, but the two boys from Birgunj. You think about the nation there in Nepal, from the Himal region all the way down through the Pahad region down to the Terai, beautiful slim country, from all the way out in the far west from Sudar Pashim all the way out to the far east. There isn't many parts of it that aren't touched by this journey of Nepal's cricketers, the impact they're having for the country. What will the reaction be this evening, tonight, across Kathmandu and Bhaktapur, Birgunj, Janakpur, Butwell, beautiful Ilam, down to Barawa, Manang, Nepal Gunj. What's everyone going to be thinking this evening?
I've seen in the social media that big screens have been kept in restaurants or hotels, and everyone watching the game, they will celebrate, no doubt, today evening.
Going to be like a party tonight, I suspect, across Nepal, isn't it? some of the reactions as well that we've seen have just been phenomenal. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos, and they haven't just been in Nepal, have they? They've been all over the world. People breaking in play as Sufyan Mahmood just gets a warning for running right down the pitch. Farmers ploughing their fields with animals whilst watching the Kantapur feed on the television.
Yes, and even though Oman has also qualified, Omani team along with their fans, they must be excited as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's great joy here. You can see the Oman flags up on the balcony of the Oman Cricket Academy, and no one prouder than Sufyan Mahmood. As we said, he was a reserve player in that last T20 World Cup. He'll be desperate to be a part of that trip to India and Sri Lanka. I suspect he will be. Just the 6 singles in the over. Well bowled Mahmood. 7 have been bowled. It's 59 for none.
100% pure sunflower बाट बनेको धारा हेल्थ रिफाइन्ड sunflower oil.
स्पेशल सेलिब्रेशन्सलाई झन्नै स्पेशल बनाउने सधैँ KFC.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
So one of them could get to 6 points, but 2 can't. And for them to miss out on qualification, one of these two sides, it would need to be 4 teams on 6 points or more, and then the net run rate would come in as the differential. So confirmation occurred in, well, the least dramatic fashion possible, the most un-Nepali style possible, you might say, as Khan will continue. How do you think both of these sides will go at that T20 World Cup next year? Nepal pushed, well, South Africa to the absolute brink, Bangladesh right to the edge. They lost a game to the Netherlands. It was a really thrilling one too in Texas. For Oman, they had that brilliant super over game against Namibia. Got him, bowled him, and Asif Sheikh tried to give himself room. Well, the middle stump is rocked back, and Oman have broken this opening partnership.
We don't see quite often Asif Sheikh playing this kind of shot, giving himself room, try to get the gap on the offside behind square, giving himself room, completely beaten by the pace of the delivery. It was slightly slow through the air. He has to depart. A good opening stand coming to an end. Very good bowling by Nadeem Khan. He has to depart for 24 of 20. Nepal 61 for 1.
नेपाल टपको विकल्प छैन. आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टप सब ठिकठाक.
लक्ष्य अनेक, एनर्जी एक. एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै.
Rohit Paudel, the captain, to the crease. He'll come in at number 3. Critical 50 that he made in the last game, his first of 2025. Probably the best we've seen him play this year in this format. Was just talking to you, Paresh, about how the sides will go. Oman pushed Australia really hard in the Caribbean, but then they had a very heavy defeat against England, bowled out all out for 30 odd. Do you think these two sides, as Bertel just gets home, can be competitive? Do you think they can win games against the Test nations?
It's all about the surface. You'll get good surfaces in India playing this format. Good running between the wickets by Bertel.
I think there probably will be belief within the Nepal squad, having now beaten the West Indies for the first time. An awful lot of that defeat to South Africa was that they'd just never been in a position like that before. Didn't quite know how to react. I think one of the win predictors had them up over 95%, 97% favourites at one stage in that chase. Oh, he's got him, and he's got him around his legs. A shade of Shakil Ahmed to that one. They've uncovered a gem here. Have Oman in the shape of the youngster Nadim Khan. Did it with the bat in the last game, doing it with the ball now. And Powdell's got to go for just one.
This is excellent bowling, excellent over by Nadim Khan. 2 wickets in this over. Rohit Powdell exposing his stumps. Wanted to ramp that behind, but the leg stump coming off the groove there. He has to depart of 1. Nepal 63 for 2.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठिकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
बेबे यो चीज बल लगाउँ ल
है यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के
यो भन्नु भयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल्स
बिग मार्ट तपाईको छिमेकी
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
Asian Paints Ultima Protect Shine यसमा भएको UV हाइब्रिड टेक्नोलोजीले घाम पानी धुलोबाट दिन्छ वर्षौं वर्ष सुरक्षा घर रहन्छ सधैँ शाइनदार घर वर्षौं वर्ष
Shakil Ahmed returns to the attack for his third. 2 left-arm spinners bowling in tandem. Surely this is the tailor-made custom situation as to why you want Kushal Malla in your side.
Yeah, left-arm orthodox bowling, and why don't you get your left-arm batsman to counter-attack the bowlers?
I would have thought that this is, whilst Malla's had a few struggles against maybe express pace and people who come in and bump him, left-arm spin is well, it's his breakfast, lunch and dinner. Instead, they've maybe sent Irie in just to accumulate some runs. I think this is a strange call. We've seen a few slightly strange ones, haven't we? We couldn't understand Sundeep Jur all the way down at number 8. We couldn't understand why Gulshan Jah was held so far back in the last game. There's always a flexibility with the order. And rightly so, because there are so many different combinations and permutations and factors that come into play, but is this exact scenario right now, despite the 2 quick wickets, not tailor-made for Kushal Malla?
He should have been sent at number 4 to counter-attack the left-arm orthodox. Shakil Ahmed a bit expensive today. Kushal Purtel had a good liking. Easily done by Purtel down the ground. Dipender Singh is looking for the second.
This always happens, Paresh. Whenever I name a few places, I get a message. Well, sir, you haven't said Thiratham or Sulakumba or Dulpa or Mugu or Makwinpur. I can't name all 77 on air. I'm sorry. I will try to get a mention in for everyone. Shows how many people are watching all around the world. If you do want to get in touch, use that hashtag T20 World Cup. And we will try and read out your messages. Any questions for Paresh? His last night with us. Won't be with us the last 2 nights as there's only 2 games each day. You can get those directly to me at Cricket Badge and we'll read those questions out. Where we have an opportunity as Irie takes on Jatinder Singh and needed to get going, and he's so quick he'll think about the second. Good fielding from Singh. Make for an interesting replay this. 9 have been bowled, 67 for 2. Well, he is rapid, Paresh. What do you have got home?
Skyworth Home Appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बब्बाल पिरो छ
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाट
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
To the captain of Oman, always been a good fielder. That's why he's in that important position there at extra cover. Khan will come in and bowl his third now. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. It's gone. And Nadim Khan is on fire. He's changing this game. He's swinging it the way of the hosts. The promotion of Irie up the order to number 5 doesn't work. It is number 4. He was in, he's gone now. And Irie, well, he has to take the long walk back. This was plumb. Trapped LBW right in front.
Excellent bowling by Nadeem Khan. Slightly slow through the air. Misses it completely. There was a hint of a turn. That is why Dipendra Singh Irie was deceived. Plumb in front.
Well, I've liked the look of him ever since I've seen him. He's got a classical action. Nepal, after such a good start, have got themselves in a horrible tangle. It's a Nadeem Khan inspired comeback. How well has he bowled? He's got 3 for...
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
वर्षौं वर्ष
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
प्योर सनफ्लावरबाट बनेको धारा हेल्थ रिफाइन्ड सनफ्लावर ओइल।
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
Game.
Now it is Mala. It feels like a big night for the young man. Under a bit of pressure. I think the team and in general all the support staff do very well to ignore the noise, don't they, on social media. It's the biggest benefit that the team have is the 12th player, but also with all of the additional interest and exposure and fanaticism comes occasionally a little bit of criticism and some nonsense. On more than one occasion, we spoke about Goshen Jazz vilification after Nepal came up just short by 1 run, completely unfairly. I'll always be on the record of saying that. And right now, it's Kushal Malla who's feeling the ire of the Nepal fans, and a few posts pointing out his lack of runs. He's got a really poor record, particularly at this ground. Don't know what it is about Muscat. Maybe they're not the biggest boundaries in the world, but certainly very fair boundaries all the way around. And the pitches often can be conducive to spin, so it can be tricky to score on at points. But tonight feels like a big night for him. He's got that ODI century, of course, against Oman. Came in the ACC Premier at the TU ground. Can he reward the faith that Stuart Law and all of the coaching staff, Guy Nendramala, Nick Pothas et al. Have shown in him?
He has shown confidence in today's innings. Came out, a run of ball, 2 runs for him. Just played straight.
I saw a big change in him last year when he was given the captaincy. There's 8 players selected as the sort of the marquee players who were given the honour of captaining one of the MPL franchises. And he certainly took like that to a duck to water. 10 bowled, 73 for 3.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी 1 एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
MIT, an internationally recognized degree
बाग बजार काठमाडौँ।
इङ्ग्लिस प्रिमियर लिगको प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर म्याक्स एचडी र कान्तिपुर म्याक्सको एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनुहोला।
Spinner who has had the most phenomenal 2 years, only debuted back in 2023, came to international cricket quite late in his career. He's rarely been wicketless. This evening, Bertel in particular has played him very nicely. But what does Mala do? Is Mala going to have a go against him knowing it's his final over, or is he happy to just help rebuild for this fourth wicket partnership?
Whenever he gets in his range, in his zone, he will definitely go for it, Kushal Malla. One glimpse we saw against Qatar, the 6 that he scored, it was a brilliant cotton bowled by the bowler when he tried to play an aggressive shot against the left arm.
A bit unlucky in that last game, wasn't he? What a catch that was. But he'd just been given a life. He's given a life, then he kind of hit one in fury down the ground for 6, which is the area that he loves, long on to sort of cow corner region or deep mid wicket. What's his approach going to be here? Happy just to work it around for a few singles. We spoke earlier in his career, Paresh, didn't we, a lot about trying to get him to count to 10, because it tends to be when he gets in and gets the pace of the surface, because he can hit so incredibly well down the ground, he can get that strike rate moving. Probably, does he hit the biggest ball in the team? Him and Gulshan Jah?
Yes, most probably both the left-handers, they can hit the big ball.
Very, very round arm, that one. Good fielding. Won't get the second. It's another thing that Oman have been rejuvenated in. They are still carrying a few slightly older players, Ahmed himself, Mohammed Nadeem and Amir Kaleem, but a bit of youth has come in. Aryan Bisht alongside Nadeem Khan. Young guys, fit guys, very athletic. Vinayak Shukla is a very good keeper. They look much better in the third discipline, perhaps, than they were 2 years ago.
Youngsters coming in for Oman. A good platform, a good program that Oman Cricket has. Beautiful facilities here. Oman Cricket Academy. 2 ovals, side by side.
Landmark for Kushal Malla. That will be his 1000th T20I run. He'll get back with a couple, very well run. He becomes the 5th batter to get to that landmark. Has the 1 century to his name, 4 50s. He'd love to add to that this evening. And of those batters who've got to 1000 T20I runs or more for Nepal, he's got the highest strike rate of the lot. So a nice little landmark for him, despite not having the best tournament.
He would like to have this game as a good one in this tournament.
Oh, there he goes. It is trademark Malla. Doesn't quite get it out of the screws, but he'll pick up 2 more. I just wonder, will Jatinder Singh maybe be tempted not to turn to Amir Kaleem? It'll round out Shakil Ahmed's spell. He's bowled 4 overs, none for 33 for him. It's 80 for 3.
100% pure sunflower बाट बनेको धारा हेल्थ रिफाइन्ड सनफ्लावर ओइल।
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ।
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै।
Sides in the competition, as Nadeem Khan will bowl his 4 on the bounce. Jatinder Singh, well, he's somewhat showing his hand here, and that's only 4 different bowlers used. Where's he going to turn next? You'd imagine Aryan Bisht will have to come into the game, but then of course he's got Jitin Kumar Ramanandi as well.
He might well go with the Ramanandi because of the experience that he has. Aryan Bisht is an off spinner. He can come in next for the left-hander.
Khan's range of and delivery speeds with no real change in action. Very impressive. That one was much flatter, much quicker. Mala unlucky. Yard either side of Singh, that would have been 4.
That was overpitched, but hit straight to the fielder. Jatinder Singh, the captain of Oman.
There goes Mala. Now, has he got enough of it? I don't think so. And it's taken. The matchup was in Mala's favour, but Khan is having a night to remember. 24 years of age. He is bursting onto the international scene in this tournament. 4 for 20 for him as Mala misses out once more.
This is very good bowling by Nadeem Khan. Just bowling at a bit back of the length. Mala tried to go over the top but couldn't time it. Easy catch for the fielder at long on.
I think it was there to be hit. Just Mala hasn't got the connection he would have wanted. He's gone for 7. 81 for 4 now, Nepal.
नेपाल टॉप को विकल्प छैन आजको जमानाको भरपर्दो पाइप नेपाल टॉप सब ठीकठाक
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
बेबे यो चीज बल लगाउँ न है
हे यो चीज बल छैन 2 PM चीज बल हो के
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM चीज बल्स यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Very bright future, full of confidence from that player of the match performance, that 30 not out that will really hold UAE over the line. Excuse me, hold Oman over the line against UAE in that final over. Chasing a very low total, made 30 not outs, including hitting the match-winning runs. And he's thinking of a 5 for now. Adil Alam comes to the crease and this one barely beats the outside edge. Great bowling again.
Very clever Nadeem Khan. Bowling it outside the off stump. Ball wishing and turning.
Yeah, Khan born in Pakistan, in Mardan, just outside the valley of Peshawar. Slip comes in. What an achievement it would be to get a first 5-wicket haul in international cricket. Not to be, but another great delivery. Outstanding spell. Really impressed with Nadeem Khan. He's got 4 for 20. All 4 wickets to fall belong to that man, but now he's bowled out. It's 81 for 4.
लक्ष्य अनेक एनर्जी एक एनर्जी भनेकै रेड बुल
स्वदेश तथा विदेशमा आर्जन गर्ने शिक्षाको सम्पूर्ण खर्चको जिम्मेवारी लिन्छ आइएमई लाइफ इन्स्योरेन्सले.
आइएमई लाइफ बाल किरण जीवन बीमा योजना.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेट कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Certainly he's been the pick of the bowlers and full of confidence after that great innings against the UAE that in essence has ended up qualifying Oman for the World Cup. It's been the difference. Imagine they lost that game, how different the table would look right now. It will be Jiten Kumar Ramanandi. It will be full of cutters and slower balls and a big mix of everything. And he too has been very effective. He's tended to be used in this role, which, well, in the modern T20I game, is there a more difficult role than this one? Come on in the 13th or the 14th over and bowl your last 4 on the bounce.
That is what we've seen. Prathirana used to bowl in that similar manner playing against Chennai Super Kings.
Yeah, I do think it's the most difficult role in T20I cricket. In some ways, bowling your 4 on the bounce at the top is actually easier despite the fielding restrictions. But he seems to thrive under that pressure, likes bowling at the death. Good call. Bertel was always getting there, and as a consequence, Adil Alam gets home very comfortably. Nothing that either the keeper or the bowler could do there. Singles won't hurt Oman either. For Nepal, the jubilation, the exultation of being qualified for the World Cup, it has to be tempered with the fact that they haven't been at their best in this tournament.
Yes, each and every game they have struggled in the first 10 overs while bowling and even in batting. Thanks to the fielding and the bowling after 10 overs.
It's really been the fielding for me that's kept them in this tournament, kept them unbeaten. You look at all 4 matches, the 2 in the group stages, well, they were in all sorts of bother against Kuwait with the bat. Okay, yes, Kushal Patel played very nicely for his 66, dismissed off the penultimate delivery. But if it wasn't for Gulshan Jazz 20 off 5, it was 3 sixes he hit in 5 deliveries, I'm not sure they would have won that game, even though they bowled very well to restrict Kuwait to 83 all out. Then against Japan were very well set at 97 for 1 for a 160, 170 total. Zadil Alam has a big yahoo at that one, gets nowhere near it. And then, well, we've seen the headlines created by the 2 Super 6 games. I'm not quite sure how they won the one against UAE, defending 140, but then the game against Qatar, I said they should have lost it 9 times out of 10. They probably should have lost it 98 times out of 100. And even Rohit Powdell in the post-match said, I've no idea how we won that match.
Qatar was going really good till the 10th over when Sandeep Lamechhani came into ball. That is the time it all turned.
Yeah, the googly, wasn't it? To the left-hander. This one's flicked into the leg side. Pretty stylishly played. Will just be a single, though, for Mohammad Adil Alam. Lamechhani's brilliance won Nepal that game. It was that simple. But also there needs to be a little asterisk next to it, because Asif Sheikh's glove work, without that, even then they might have come up short.
It all started by Sandeep Lamechhani and then back-to-back run-outs, direct hits by Dipendra Singh Airi and Mohammad Adil Alam. That changed the course of the game.
It's amazing. Oman's journey then has been, well, maybe a little simpler to being unbeaten, but even they have been pressed in 2 or 3 of their 4 matches. It's been such a good tournament. It really has. Another marvellous advert, tremendous advert for the associate game, the importance of it. And we have our 18th and 19th qualifiers for the T20 World Cup. You're watching them live from here in Muscat with 13 bowled, 86 for 4.
Skyward Home Appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै.
It's funny how certain players of certain grounds they just struggle at, and this is one for Kushal Malla. I think his highest score in his career here is 35. Now, Amir Kaleem will come in with his left arm orthodox misfield from Jatinder Singh. Will allow a 50 for Kushal Patel. It's his second 50 of the competition, a 13th T20 I-50 altogether. Well, he's played beautifully. He's lost a few colleagues around him, but he gets to the landmark of 38 deliveries. Well batted.
It's good batting. This is second 50 for Patel. He started off playing shots against Shakil Ahmed in the power play.
Good running, aggressive running, positive running, but a very good call. That was all thanks to Bertel. Yeah, scores of 66, 21, 28. Just the one failure. That was against Qatar where he made 6. But Bertel at the top. Well, there probably isn't, alongside Mohammad Wazeem for the UAE, there probably isn't a more important fulcrum. Maybe Jatinder Singh too for Oman. Those kind of players, you need them in good touch. Get you off to a good start in the power play. And then continue outside of it. Very nicely hit through the offside. I think that fielding disc is going to cost Kushal Patel 4. It really slowed down, didn't it? I think it hit the white fielding disc after it beat Jatinder Singh. As a consequence, diving stop keeps it to 2.
Excellent work done there by the fielder at extra cover, deep extra cover.
Right on the money this time, but again, good positive running. Mohammed Nadeem is never going to be able to stop the single there. It's Alishan Sharafu that's on top of the run scoring charts. He's got 239 runs. Kushal Bertel's just got into second with this innings, as the wide is signalled down the leg side, and I'm not sure anyone's going to catch the captain of Qatar. He's got 14 wickets at the top of the table, Mirza Mohammed Beg, although Sandeep Lamachani in second will be eyeing up more magic and mystery and penetration with his leg spin in this evening's contest. Best two economy rates of the tournament, Paresh, might not surprise you. Two left-arm spinners, both for Oman. Nadeem Khan going at just 4.21 per over. Shakil Ahmed just a little more than that.
Yes, the two brilliant bowlers from Oman, the left-arm orthodox, different style, different variations. Punched down the ground by Bhuttel for a single.
Still no sign of Gulshan Jah for this Nepal side. 14 bowled, runs from every ball in that over. It's 94 for 4.
लक्ष्य अनेक, energy एक. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
अब होटल बुकिङ पनि यी सेवाबाटै।
पञ्चकन्या एसएस ट्याग 10 वर्षदेखि गुणस्तरीय सेवामा समर्पित।
बेबे यो चीज बल लगौँ न है?
हे यो चीज बल छैन, 2 PM चीज बल्स हो के?
यो भन्नुभयो के उहाँले 2 PM cheese balls.
From bowling with Shakil Ahmed, there clearly is some inspiration and some significant learnings from his more elder left arm spinner, as Ramanandi will continue. And you look at the leading levels of the associate game as they dash a single, left arm spin is vital. It's almost a cheat code, particularly in Cricket World Cup League 2.
Yeah, associate countries playing the League 2, that 8 countries associated with it.
You look at the most economical bowlers, often the most penetrative bowlers, they tend to be left arm spinners. Probably the exception to that rule has been the likes of a Sandeep Lamachani, just purely due to his individual excellence, becoming the first ever Nepali bowler to get past 250 wickets across ODIs and T20Is a couple of nights ago with that player of the match performance. Pulled powerfully into the leg side, but Adil Alam has just struggled to touch out there. Again, would you rather have seen Gulshan Jah at 6?
That is what we always talk about. Gulshan Jah is in a very good nick. He can strike the ball hard. He's done that before in earlier matches. 20 of 5 against Kuwait, 16 of 8 against Qatar the other night.